Dear friends in Jesus Christ, in tomorrow's gospel, Jesus is looking up to heaven and then prayed for the disciples. Father, keep them in your name so that they may be one as we are one. You have given them to me. I protected them, guarded them as long as I was with them. So now I am coming to you. So I protect them, be with them, and also save them from the evil one. Save them from the evil one. The word that you have given me, I have given them, and because of that, the world hated them. They do not belong to the world, as I don't belong to the world. I share this with you as I am in the world, so that they may share my joy completely. Lord Father, I consecrate myself in truth, so that they also will consecrate themselves into truth, in truth. So thus he was telling or praying to God the Father for the sake of his disciples. So for us, what we can derive as our reflection, Jesus says, I am saying this in the world so that they may share my joy completely. So Jesus wants to share his joy with us. We want to experience his joy, to be filled with his joy in our hearts, and enjoy our life, enjoy the godliness, enjoy as Father and Son are one. So we also will be one in Jesus, in Father, in God the Father. So this is the very purpose or desire of Jesus Christ. So he made the prayer to God the Father. And then when you see this does not assure that we may not face any crosses in our life, any difficulties, any problems. Then what he said, Father, I have given them the word that you gave me, so therefore the world hated them, because they do not belong to the world. So the world may hate you, reject you, ditch you, send you out, even maybe from your own family or relatives can do so. Anything can happen. It is happening. Husband and wife. Husband kills the wife or wife kills the husband. You can read in the newspaper. Or brother kills the brother, sister kills the brother, something like that. Is happening in the world because of property, because of money, because of pride, and so people do these kind of things out of some worldly passion, desire, and so on. But let us not be like them. So for connecting this, connecting to the gospel of tomorrow, so there is an article I read. It is based on a daily reflection. So the title of the article is By the Spirit's Power. What is this by the Spirit's power? So what do we do when there is a mountain in our way? What do we do actually? We may have to think how to solve. There are examples that the article is giving. So there is a person called Dashrath Manshi. Dashrath Manshi, he died. What happened? His wife was sick. He wanted to go to the hospital and admit her to get the proper treatment, but he couldn't do so because there was a mountain that totally stopped him to reach the hospital in urgency. He couldn't do so. His wife died. So therefore what he did for 22 years, he was chiseling the massive gap in the mountain, so that other villages from his own town or from his own village or from other side, so they can go to the hospital in the time of treatment in any emergency situation. So after that, what happened? The government rewarded him for what he had done. So from this, there is a mountain, he saw it, but then for 22 years he was chiseling alone. With what? With crowbar, with pickaxe, simple materials, not with huge machine, not with a bulldozer, not with some other lorry or something like that. So he did like that. And when you look into the gospel, or when you look into the Bible, so there is a person called Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel, he was a leader, he was one of the leaders of Israel. So he returned from exile, so he wanted to rebuild the temple. And people were not encouraged, people were discouraged, and there was opposition from the enemies, and he was in fear. But then God sent Zechariah to support him. So once Zechariah went and communicated the message of God to him, and the Spirit, he received the Spirit and trusted in the Lord, and thus he could rebuild the temple. So whatever God will do it sure. And for us, what do we do when there is a mountain in our way? Mountain can be any block or difficulty, something like that. In tomorrow's gospel, Jesus says, no, the world hated them. Hating, some people may hate us, that also can be a mountain. How can you overcome the hatred and then live your life happily? So you need to think, there are two options. You can rely on your strength. When you are weak, you realize, okay, you could not do anything further, so therefore you may intend to rely on the power of God, rely on the Spirit's power. That's why this article is mentioned. The article is titled as by the Spirit's power. So for us, dear friends, not relying on our strength, but relying on the power of the Spirit of God. So that will really enable us to break any kind of mountain. So the Spirit may give you the ability to break the mountain, like Dashrath Manshi did. He broke the mountain with a pickaxe, crowbar. Or else, the Spirit will give you the endurance to climb over the mountain. So let us, dear friends, believe in the power of the Spirit of God, and surely miracle will take place in our lives. So let us practice this in our day-to-day life. Thank you. God bless you.